What's up, fight fans? Boxing and Bagels returns after a long hiatus. And who else to have on but my brother, Coach Diz, joining Boxing and Bagels here on a Sunday morning. What's up, Coach?
What up? What up? How's everything?
Everything's good. You know what? We haven't had Boxing and Bagels, and I'll tell you why. Boxing is dead.
Well, yeah, that's
There is
we could have had
nothing.
other stuff, but my car is dead. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah. Make that two of us. Your transmission, my transmission went. Your car has been bad for God knows how long. That thing's a piece of shit. I don't know what the hell. You got to get a new car. You really got to get a new car.
I'm thinking about going for a droid. So
a droid?
A drone.
How about a drone?
Drone, my bad.
Man, you're trying to make jokes and you sound like an idiot. I mean, what the hell? So, what's up, guys? This is a Potter Brown podcast back in action here, Boxing and Bagels edition. There's a Potter Brothers back here again. Like we were just talking about, boxing has been dead, but we're not. It's been somewhat, I don't know. It just doesn't seem to excite me anymore right now at this point. That's why you could see a lot of the content on our channels kind of diversing into a lot of different things. Jersey Jay-Z just had a big homie CC on. He had Mr. Wonderful Pole Owner's brother on, straight out of Jersey. His channel. There's your football channel is doing very well, where you have the Fourth and Goal with the Bros, Chino and Tom Davis, Tom Davis, and of course you two. It's doing well, but my channel just kind of stalled out a little bit, so I had to give it a jump start. I'm doing when I do local stuff, it does good. It does pretty good. You could see that I had the head coach of the Danville basketball team on. I had John Yoder on. They do well. I just don't. It's just boxing. Even Kevin is doing more of MMA.
Mm-hmm.
If you've seen his stuff and his content,
yeah. But hopefully, this is the time boxing will get some cards in, so we can week to week get a little Boxing and Bagels going. Because I know next week is Tyson Fury.
No, well, yeah, but that even that. You remember back in the day when boxing was in its heyday in the 90s, man, you would wait a month out for these shows. Mm-hmm. You'd wait a month out and you'd be excited. I think that the money has really hurt boxing in a way that, Turkey Al-Sheikh's done a lot of good things for boxing, but he's done a lot of bad things for boxing because boxing used to be, people had to box out of necessity because they needed the money. Now, if you're getting $20 to $30 million on a show, why would you do it?
Yeah.
You box one time. You box one time a year, and that's it. You got $20 million in your bank. For the big guys. Big guys.
But you don't fault them. That's what I mean. I don't fault them. The business is doing. That's what the business is doing.
I guess, but it's certainly not gonna. It's not conducive for the boxing fan. One time a year, and that's it. Or let's say, boxing content creator like we are. Well, let's get into the fights over the weekend here. Colby Covington, Joaquin Buckley.
Mm-hmm.
Joaquin Buckley. I call him Joaquin, but it's Joaquin Buckley, who was on a roll there. Buckley was strung together a couple of good fights after his last loss. And I thought against Colby Covington, I thought initially Covington might out wrestle him when I talked to Kevin, but then I changed a little bit. The reason being is Covington's been inactive, and he's coming off a loss. So I didn't think so much.
A couple losses.
Well, that loss in particular was a little bit bad.
Okay.
So I thought that the inactivity factored with a factor of not really being in the front and center of UFC and MMA alone. His shtick's getting a little old. So I thought maybe he had to win this fight because, now he's bringing in Chael Sonnen to do his promos.
Yep.
If he didn't win this fight,
he's reaching something. He's reaching. He needs something.
And that he did that was successfully when his career was in doubt before, but I think the shtick's getting a little old, and not that it's time to move on, but I think he had to win this fight. And as we saw in the fight there, Colby Covington gets stopped round 3. There's that cut.
Yeah,
that is a massive cut. It's in a bad spot. I know you were talking about what Dana said after the fight, but what'd you think of the fight, and what was your initial prediction?
I thought it was going to be actually a knockout by Buckley. I just think Kobe is just, he's been inactive like you were saying. He hasn't been the same. He's been through a lot of wars within the last couple of years. But the inactivity is the main thing. Buckley's been active, so that's the main thing. I thought he was going to wrestle him a little bit, but he didn't. I think it was just he was a little faster than Kobe
Yeah,
thought.
I think age is starting to catch up with Kobe. Father Time being undefeated, we all know that, and it really didn't look like it was such a spectacular. It was going to a spectacular performance by Kobe, and that surprised me because he's always in shape, and it didn't look like he was in the best shape.
No,
that night.
No, and that's the thing, you know. Kobe, what they call it, Mr. Cardio. I mean, he's nonstop cardio, but you know this last night, it just didn't seem something was off with him, and I just think what you were saying, Father Time, is just undefeated.
And you're starting to see that now as those ones that we were coming up with are starting to fade away. You know, although I will say, Cub Swanson on the show kind of made an impact there, and he wins. He said it was a storybook ending, but he's not shutting the door down. I do think he's a little long in the tooth fighting a guy who wasn't as experienced as he was.
Yeah, and the thing is you know, is this his first fight back from his injury?
Cub Swanson,
when he was doing a grappling tournament, and he
I believe it is
for his ACL or MCL.
He's 20 years in the game. 20 years.
Ooh.
Yeah. You know, he said he was doing well, and he was healing up. But yeah, you're right on that.
Wow.
It was a bad injury. But like you said, he doesn't know where his career stands. But like, where do you go from there? So let's take Colby Covington and Buckley. Now, Covington, I know you had your thoughts on that. What do you think?
I think maybe, you know, it just takes a lower, you know, someone that's not in the top 15, you know, just get a wind under his belt and then maybe back out. You know, I mean, I don't know what else he could do. He could talk very well, so maybe commentating for him, you know, but you know, that's for him. But for Buckley, I think he's in line for a title shot, don't you think?
Well, I'll tell you two things. Number one, with Colby Covington, I think his shtick is getting old. So what can he do from here? He better, when you go out on a limb like that, you better make sure you have some endorsements to back you up, because then, you know, you're going to have a lot of hatred. I don't think people like him too much in the community that he's around. UFC community, I mean. So no fighter is going to help him out much because of what he's done. So unless he could, and I think you're right, maybe out of the top 15 fighters, maybe some that are coming up that he could win. Maybe that's the thing for him. I will tell you what, Buckley's call out of Conor McGregor don't look so bad after all now.
Does it?
You know, it don't look so bad. How it you know, it plays out pretty good. He's a guy who's a good striker.
Yep.
Conor McGregor coming out. But again, I don't think we'll see Conor McGregor ever again.
No.
But it don't look so bad now. And that might be someone that Conor McGregor's thinking is not as big of a risk. And I think he might take that risk. I do.
Really?
Yeah, only because I don't see McGregor getting back in the ring. I personally think he's going to go to BKFC. I think he fights a bare knuckle fight. I think it's too much of the legs and the grappling and stuff like that. Conor's a striker.
Mm-hmm.
So that's right up his alley. He owns a part of it. He can do the promotion, you know, and I think with all the stuff that's going on outside of McGregor's life, that's going to play a big effect in how much, because God forbid his wife divorces him. It's half his money. Well, it's not his wife, but I mean, she has children with him.
Yeah.
Once you have children, you know, maybe she'll get spousal support because that's what it is. You know, because she was home with the kids. Now, I don't know whether it would, if they got divorced, even if they did. I mean, I'm just throwing it hypothetically, where that lies, where it state or what country. It could be Ireland, it could be here. And I don't know what the rules are over there. And state to state differs, but that's going to significantly hurt him financially if that happens, because people are divesting themselves from Conor McGregor. They're not going to be in the Conor McGregor business anymore.
No.
Because once you have the SA stuff,
once you have, you know, like the company you made drop you, it's
a bad sign.
Yeah, that's a bad sign.
If someone comes in and says Georgie Bagels is no longer going to sponsor the show, big problem there.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think I don't think he's coming back, but Buckley's actually on the rise now. I mean, he had a little bit, he stalled out a little bit, but I think he's coming up on the rise now. Who else is there out there to fight with him? I don't know where he could fit in. Maybe the top 10, maybe. Yeah. Fight someone in the top 10. And if he can knock off one or two, you know, he's in line for a shot.
Yep.
And I like him. He's actually a good guy. He seems like he gets a lot of heat, and I don't know why.
Remember he had to kick the spinning kick in
Yeah, that was
Abu Dhabi.
that was a highlight reel. One of the best kicks I've ever seen. But that was by far his highlight to this point.
Yep.
But still a good fighter. He was in his last fight against Wonder Boy. He was losing, and he caught Wonder Boy. And Wonder Boy's a hard guy to get knocked out, knock out, and knocked him out. So maybe
no one ever did that.
What's that?
No, well, compared to Anthony Pettis, Pettis was the
You're
first.
looking maybe top 5 to fight, maybe top 5 there. That's a tough nut to crack in that division. Quickly before we go to the boxing show, there was another fight over the weekend. I don't know if you saw it. This guy is probably one of the most hated guys in sports, and he ended up getting knocked out. Here we go, video clips. And I knew I had it in here. And here it is. Now watch this knockout, one of my favorite knockouts, because this guy is not a good guy. Greg Hardy. Oh, Lord.
His legs. Always something happened with his legs. Like they get stiff. Look at boy.
He gets knocked out funny. That is good for him, is what I say. Greg Hardy is not a likable guy. He is not a guy that I've followed him, but I knew he was going to get beat up pretty good. Wasn't a good guy in the NFL.
No,
and
dirty play.
Karma couldn't go to somebody.
I mean, he's been everywhere getting knocked out these last couple.
Good Lord, this guy. Ugh.
He was in the team combat getting knocked out.
Yeah, the guy's just a terrible, terrible fighter.
That's someone that's doing it for the money. With a name.
Well, I think he needs it. He needs it. I mean, what the hell? Not a good performance from Kevin Hardy there. No. It was Kevin Hardy, right? That's his name?
Greg,
sorry, Greg Hardy.
Kevin Hardy from wrestling?
No, it's Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy.
Oh, okay.
But let's go to the boxing, because this is Boxing and Bagels. Over the weekend, upset of the year, just when you thought the year was going to be over without any major upsets. Well, there was a couple upsets, but this goes down as the upset of the year.
Yep.
Jaime Monguia gets knocked out in round 6 by Bruno Saras. And I mean, he's 26-0, but he only got five knockouts, which surprised me because Munguia has a good chin. I mean, he flattened him. 1-punch knockout, down he went, and even you could see Chavez in the commentating was like, "It's over, it's over." Did you see the knockout?
I saw highlights of it. I couldn't get it for some reason. I don't know why, but I did see highlights of it. That was still. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know if it's
nobody was.
Was it something that he was, his head was too gassed going into the fight, wasn't taking his opponent serious, looking past them? I don't know.
Here's a guy who doesn't have many knockouts. He doesn't have many knockouts.
That's
Munguia was in with Canelo. He was in with a lot of fighters that can bang. And here you are.
I don't know if we're gonna hear like he was hurt going through there or something.
Munguia?
Yeah, that wasn't him.
Oh, you're gonna hear excuses.
Yep.
But I just think he got caught coming. I mean, he knocked him down in the second round. Okay, Munguia knocks Ross down in the second round, which I thought it was over. I thought it was going to be over. Then I said, okay. But then when he got him to the ropes in the 6th round, I started he got hit with an uppercut in round 5. I believe it was 5, Munguia, and it kind of shook him a little bit. And then in the 6th round, he's pouring it on. Bruno didn't know what to do. And it's a right hand. It was perfect. The way Munguia's hand dropped down and just was ready to jump it, and bang. You couldn't have asked for a more perfect punch. Right on the chin, out he went. And, what happens to Munguia from here?
Was this his second fight with Top Rank or his first?
I think, let me see. I think it's his first. This was his second fight.
Okay.
With them. Yep. The guy he fought before was Eric, he was undefeated too. Bazian.
And how did that end?
I believe Munguia knocked him out.
Okay.
Yeah, KO round 10.
So,
So good.
what do you think Minguia goes from here? What do you think?
Boy, it's time to rebuild a little bit. You're not gonna get the big fights now. Where can Monguia fight? He's gonna have to go against like a Charlo brother,
I was just gonna say that. I was
something
just
like that. The Charlo to get him back in there because it doesn't look good.
and
That
Charlo's coming
knockout.
back too. So
What's that?
Charlo's coming back too. So hey,
Maybe. They've been saying they're coming back for a long time now, and they still haven't. I don't know what the deal is with them. Either you can fight or don't. Either or, it doesn't matter. But that's where you're at right now. You got to do something. You got to either fight or don't and get out of boxing. One or the other, because they're at that point in a career where Father Time, like we saw with Colby Covington, which I think it's Father Time, and with Covington, that ends up being your downfall. That ends up being your downfall quickly. And it's not something, it's not something that you could take lightly in boxing or MMA.
You don't fight.
And if you don't have the financial whereabouts to do something else than boxing, and I don't know if they do, because that's all they've ever done, even as kids. I remember them as kids.
I know they don't make as much money, but help train people.
They ain't making much money doing that either.
I know.
I mean, he's got to do something to produce the money. You're not going to make anywhere near the money he was making before. That's why he threw it away. Both of them did. They could have made way more money, and they didn't. It's unfortunate because they were very talented, both of them.
Yep.
Coming up in the amateurs, I saw them. Very talented. Well, other than that in boxing and MMA, let's look forward a little bit. Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk.
Yep.
What do we see on this one here? I'm leaning a certain way. Let me get your thoughts first, Is.
Are you doing a prediction right now, or are you just the way you're leaning?
Me? Let me know what you think right now. Let me say, going into this fight. Don't make a prediction yet. Okay. Just tell me, like, going into this fight, what are you thinking?
Going into this fight, I think Tyson Fury learned from his mistakes. He's going to stay off the ropes and fight him in the middle. And I think he will outbox Usyk a little bit and win the fight.
Well, I am torn. And I'm torn because I don't know where Tyson Fury's head's at. They say he's doing well. They say he's training. He looked pretty good at the press conference. Mm-hmm. But you remember, Usyk won the first fight. And it is real difficult to do a split. It's very difficult. Sometimes it happens, and it's controversial, but very rarely. Sometimes it's the rematch is by knockout and early.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So, just real quick, before the 8th round, 7th round, maybe, who'd you have winning the fight?
Tyson Fury.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's the same Tyson Fury, man.
But you don't think he would learn from his mistakes and stay off the ropes? Because when he was fighting in the middle of the ring, he was doing a lot better than getting on the rope when he was getting on the rope.
If he learned from his mistakes, maybe he wouldn't gotten to the drug scene.
Is that?
I don't know. I'm not accusing him.
Is that allegedly?
Allegedly? No. I'm just thinking there's something different here. There's just something going on. I don't know what it is. He's not the same Tyson Fury he was when he fought previously. Wilder when he fought the two Wilder fights. I'd love to see him fight a Joshua to see where he's at. Mm-hmm. But this is not the same guy. This ain't the same guy, I don't think. I think that's going to be a big problem, a very big problem for Tyson Fury. That's just my thoughts.
So that's your opinion going in.
Going in.
But that's not going to be your prediction.
No. It's good. It's good. I think you're going to be surprised how I do this, and I'm going to give my picks next week.
Okay.
I'll give my picks next week during the week. But I really want to see the weigh-in. I really want to see the weigh-in because that's really a big thing for me. Watching the weigh-in, see how they react. Because not for nothing, a lot of this stuff doesn't mean anything until you see how they actually are the day before the fight. Because sometimes the weigh-in is a tell of what really is going on. Tyson did look good. I can't say he didn't look. He looked real trim. But this is so much crap outside of the ring that goes on with Tyson Fury. You just never know with him.
Yep.
And Usyk, never hear nothing.
Just that one thing that he got detained, but that was really nothing.
That was bullshit. That was a bullshit thing for that. That was so stupid. And someone got a hold of it, took it, and ran with it, and it was really nothing. It was a nothing.
Yeah, but just being in the vicinity of police and stuff like that. But that's really nothing.
Oh, but what I'm saying is, you never heard nothing about him not being in shape, not training
never.
And the other thing too is, Jai Appetite knocked Tyson Fury down allegedly in sparring last time. Okay, everyone said no, it didn't happen. Then he came out and said it did happen. So is if he's getting knocked down prior to that, man, I don't know. I'm gonna refrain from making any predictions until I see the wedding, but the weigh-in next week. But
wedding. I was gonna say wedding. Oof,
yeah, no, there is no wedding. No, not happening. But well, I'm married, so but we didn't have a wedding, so maybe who knows. But as we approach these holidays too, we're gonna have to have our show, our yearly show of our KO of the year, not fight of the year, fighter of the year, trainer of the year. And I'm gonna throw an event of the year, because remember, we had UFC 300, we had Riyadh season. There was a lot of events.
And I think we had an event of the year last year, didn't we? We say what was it? Was it? I
don't think we had event of the year.
Well, we said like the Tyson versus Francis. That was like the event of the year. Remember?
Maybe news thing of the year. I don't know. I have to look back at it. I don't think
it's not an event, but I think I brought it up. Like I brought up the upset of the year.
Well, upset of the year, that was easy. I forget who it was though. It was Fandora getting knocked out for last year. So let me ask you this: what's going on with the drones? That's a topic that's
don't try to set me up.
No, what's no.
You can't set me up, dude.
I'm not going to click it off. I'm just saying. I'm serious. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Have you seen any over in?
Yeah, Monty's been sending me. Jay-Z's been sending me stuff.
Oh, Jay-Z's always want to be in Star Wars.
I know. Jay-Z's following him. Jay-Z's on a scoop.
He's hoping there's like a beam that can beam you up, and Jay-Z will be in there.
Yeah. That was my phone. Someone was calling me. I thought it was on DD.
And it is.
That's weird.
Yeah, because I went to call you.
Okay, but I don't know. What do you? I think the story. What you said is they're not saying anything about it. They're not concerned about it. So to me, I think it's military. I think it's our military. I truly do.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be. I mean, are we that stupid?
Yeah.
Because think about this: if this was a real serious issue, there would be lockdowns. There would be like people. How do you the dumbest guy in the world? The dumbest guy is the governor of New Jersey.
Important point to say is we don't see any concern for public safety.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Why is it so hard to get answers?
These are apparently as I understand it, very sophisticated. The minute you get eyes on them, they go dark.
You serious, Clark?
By the way, we're not aware of any nefarious drone that has crashed, or if there is one that's crashed.
A few moments later.
Boy, that shit's dropping on Earth. Whoa! No! Hey, bro, it's gonna start shaking.
Yeah,
that guy said it's no harm to our citizens. Now we don't know what it is, but there's no harm. So if you don't know what it is, what are you talking about, man? That's a terrible mayor, terrible governor. You got to figure out what's going on, because it's causing more hysteria than anything. Every time I turn on Facebook, someone's got views of 50 drones, and then
he just said they were flying so low yesterday. Mm-hmm. It's like they're getting lower and lower every time. It's just
I had seen a story from a guy who is from the military. Did I send that to you?
Is this the one that he was saying about how
radiation?
Yep.
I don't know. That kind of scares the crap out of me, because
there was rumors that, like, I think the same story he was saying about either New Year's Eve or January.
Inauguration. I don't know.
Something's gonna happen.
You know what? I have this eerie feeling that something's gonna happen, and I had
crazy.
This feeling.
4 years ago, COVID. Now,
well, I'm telling you, 4 years ago, you could ask Jess Hartman. I told her this came from a lab. It's leaked. I don't know why I thought that. I have no idea why. I said, this got to be a leak or something. You don't just throw that shit out there. It don't come from a bat to a human. And so, like, it didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
You know, this, I had the same feeling. Like, something's going to happen. I don't know what. But it just seems like deja vu all over again.
It is. Now, I saw a video. I don't know if it was. Did you see the one they were in Washington, D.C.? Is that true?
I doubt they'd be in D.C. I doubt.
Well, you doubt that they would be flying, hundreds of flying across the states?
If it wasn't military, they wouldn't be there. So that's why I'm convinced that it's military. They know what's going on. They're letting us know what we need to know. Unless, and they may have a plan elsewhere. Here's the other thing.
Wait, okay, go ahead.
Where the hell is President Biden? He's still the president.
He's sleeping.
Yeah, but he's still the president.
Yeah, I know.
You're still the president. You got it. It's like here. If the kettle went down or the oven went down, and you don't who they're gonna go to? They're gonna come to me and say, "Hey, what are we doing here?" Because there's
nothing to worry about. We're just have cold bagels.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like it's an issue. That's an issue, and that shows you that why you need a leader. You need a leader for the good or the bad, whatever the good or bad, whatever. You need a leader to tell you this is where we're going, this is what's going on, and either you should be scared, or hey, we're gonna handle it, or whatever. The other caveat to the whole thing, when the guy was talking about radiation and stuff like this, why would Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, and a bunch of other billionaires build bunkers underground? That scares the crap out of me.
Yep.
And not me, because I'm 48.
But
it's
still,
like
it's just for your kids.
You worry about your kids, and like, are they gonna have to deal with this kind of crap for the rest of their lives?
Let me throw this theory out. Could it be, UFOs and United States? No, but listen, the United States is putting their drones up just to see. It was always us. It was always us. It's always us. But they're really, coming through. So the stuff coming through the ocean, the drones coming through the ocean. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope. Don't believe that. And I don't believe that because if it was, believe me, there'd be someone who'd be freaking out if it was an alien, or they would be firing on us. Why wouldn't they? But when you walk into a room and you see a snake, you're just like throwing, you're going to go crazy, right?
Okay.
If you're an alien and don't know what the hell we are, we don't know what the hell they are.
But do they?
What do you mean what are you talking about?
You don't know. You don't know these. You don't know these things. You don't know.
You hang out with Jay-Z way too much.
I'm just saying, you can't say, it is or it's not.
You'd be firing on everything. Everybody be firing each other. This shit would blow up quick. It would blow up and it would be bad. Maybe they just want to tell everybody that, hey, this is what we're doing. Is it that they're turning on the people, or is it that there's other aliens? No, I just think that they want control. They just want control. That's it. That's the bottom line of this whole thing. They want control. Because if they didn't want control, or that they would be telling you all the information. The fact that
think they would tell the governor of New Jersey?
Well, he's just a moron. That guy's one of the dumbest guys. That is probably one of the dumbest governors I've ever. He's one of the dumbest governors I've ever seen speak. So to say that what he said and then come out and say, well, we don't know what it is, but there's no harm here. That's really like, if he said that to me, I'd be more scared than a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory. Like I wouldn't know. I'd be scared shitless if that guy told me that. If I lived in New Jersey, I'd be like, what in the world is this guy leading our state to?
Yep.
Because I would demand answers if I was a governor. I'd say, no, I need to know. These people voted for me to put me in power. What are we doing here? And what do I need to know? Not now, if he knew and he wasn't allowed to say, he'd say, hey, it's confidential stuff. It is nothing to be, but we're working on it. It is nothing. It is of no concern to the well, not no concern, because they do no harm to the citizens of New Jersey. but he's certainly not doing that. That guy just wow. Is he? That is concerning. That is really concerning.
Did he get how long has he been governor for?
Too long.
Yeah, apparently.
But I mean, he still has. I mean, again, he still has. I mean, the stuff that's going on there is amazing that they allow it to go over to
So
happen.
do you believe that there's stuff in different states now?
I mean,
there's reports.
They've said as far as California or New Mexico, I think. I don't know, man. And then I heard something about it being in international water, so that people of the DOJ said, "Oh, it's over. It's in other. It's in international places where they can't do anything." I mean, how long are we going to deal with this?
Come on.
But again, I have that eerie feeling that something's going on. I have that really eerie feeling that like
That
something
radiation
weird.
is cool. That radiation. That's what.
Well, think about what happened in Russia with Putin. Did you see that?
What?
Remember that guy was challenging him, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, he wakes up. He's like green. He looks like Shrek. And he got poisoned. Remember? That shit's real. Yo, that's real. That's real stuff, man. I don't know. Well, we got off a little bit off topic there, but we'll get back to the boxing and bagels here. Colby Covington loses. Joaquin Buckley on cuts. Cub Swanson wins, and Jaime Monguia gets knocked out. Bruno Sarash knocks him out in round 6. It was a vicious knockout. You got to see it. I don't have the rights to play it here, else I would have put it in. I might put a short clip in if I can somewhere, and if I put it in, there it is. Definitely, again, we're looking forward to Tyson Fury, or Alexander Usyk, but there really isn't much happening. And Manny Pacquiao gets elected, into the International Boxing Hall of Fame.
Yep.
With others, Michael Nunn and Vinny Pazienza. So those people got in. I'm looking to line up some interviews with some of those people. I have reached out to both, and I don't think I'll ever get Manny, but I reached out to Michael Nunn and Vinny Pazienza. We'll see if they come on closer to the show or not. But other than that, I mean, there's really nothing going on here.
No, but hopefully it's a big 2025. We got a lot of stuff planned.
Well, I think because next week is one of the last shows of the year for boxing, we can do the awards at the end of the year.
Okay.
Which will be good for us. It'll give us something to talk about. And I mean, really, we're gonna have to. If Usyk wins Saturday, he's obviously the fight of the year.
Yeah.
And if Inoue wins on the 25th, then he's the fighter of the year. Those are the only two really. I mean, Bam Rodriguez could be considered fighter of the year, but just nobody knows him.
Yeah.
But he's had a tremendous year.
If Usyk wins, I think he'll be the fighter of the year.
If he wins, yeah, he'll be fighter of the year, I think. But then you could throw in Tyson Fury. You could throw Tyson Fury or Jake Paul.
You serious, Clark?
Yeah, I know. So we'll see.
Boy,
But
what's going on in the shop? Anything with the bagels?
There's nothing. There's not. We had the Christmas.
What about bagel baskets? I see you're promoting a lot of the bagel holiday baskets. What's up with that?
Yeah, and Shelly's cookies, little box cookies. Shell makes. Yeah, Shelly's Sweets and Treats.
I ain't touching that. No, does she still have the tasty cake ones? Like,
no, the Texas sheet cake she don't have right now. We're working on something else with that because it would stick to the wrapper and shit. It's just, we're working.
The refrigerator. Ooh.
Yeah, they were good. They were good. As it is now 12:15, people are leaving the shop, and I gotta go.
Football, gotta get it started.
What's that? Football starts this Tuesday. Let's run down a little bit. This Tuesday, 4th and Goal with the Bros, Chino, TD, Tom Davis, Jersey, Jay-Z, and you yourself. 8:05 on the Zapata Brand podcast, Zapata Brand Media, but it's Jersey Jay-Z's channel. The Zapata Brand Media is the parent company for the Zapata Brand podcast, Jersey Jay-Z, and 4th and Goal with the Bros. We're adding other channels to that, and so you'll have to kind of find them there, but similar content where we're all talking. So the personalities are the same. We might add one or two here or there, but that is mainly what you're going to get. Also, Jersey Jay-Z on Thursday at 8:05 is live with Greg Valentino, the Ramblin' Freak of New York.
Yeah.
Every Thursday, that is 8:05. We do boxing and bagels on Sunday as time permits. We usually try to do it after the fights, but we are trying to add a betting show for our other for other channels, but I didn't know if you had some other stuff that was coming through. I know Jersey Jay-Z was going to do a film review because he's a big movie buff.
No, I think the betting, as a matter of fact, last night talking about betting, man, I had a 21 leg parlay.
And how many did you hit? 19?
I hit 20.
Well,
Fred Vlant, well, I forgot his name, Van Vliet. He needed 2 threes. He made 1.
Well, that's the easiest one. My stepson Joseph tells me they make most of their money on parlays.
Really?
Yeah. It's like some ridiculous number.
But I'm always hitting everyone but just one.
Well, doesn't that tell you that they're smarter than you are, you big dummy?
No, because I'm going to hit one. I'm going to hit a big one.
Right. And when you do, you're going to be walking in like you hit a parlay. Yeah, like Conor McGregor. God.
But it's not that, it's just crazy. Just crazy. Like,
$1, you're going to get 40 grand.
You know what his stat line was?
Who?
Fred Van Vliet.
What?
1 for 11 in threes.
Wow.
He shoots a lot.
That's a kick in the nuts. That's a bad one. Yeah, I feel bad for you on that one.
1 for 11 on threes. They were in Vegas.
Yeesh.
Yep.
Don't gamble. That's the word on that. I'm like me.
Did you happen to see the other game though?
Which?
Got him!
Wow, you got me, huh? Wow.
Thanks for watching the Zapata Brand podcast. Please subscribe to the podcast and listen where all podcasts are available.
Coming up this week on Tuesday, the 4th and Goal with the Bros on Jersey Jay-Z's channel, all sponsored underneath the Zapata Brand Media umbrella. Then on Thursday will be Jersey Jay-Z straight out of Jersey with Ramblin' Freak Greg Valentino. And after that, obviously boxing and bagels on Sunday. I will also have other interviews in the middle of that. So will Jersey Jay-Z. Please, guys, like and subscribe to the channel. This is a Zapata Brand podcast, straight out of Jersey with Jersey Jay-Z. And of course, 4th and Goal with the Bros with Jersey Jay-Z, Coach Diz, Pino, and TD, Tom Davis. Until then, guys, don't be envious of what I've accomplished in my life. Be inspired by what you can do in yours. We will see you next time.